Okay, so on this question, again, we have fractions. So I'm going to write it out over here. I'm going to write a half minus, and then a sixth times x plus 1 equals a half. Okay, so here's the wall of separation. So now, what are we supposed to do with step number 1 when you have fractions with an equal sign? That's important that we have an equal sign because that gives us a left side or right side that's in balance. Okay, so what do? You multiply every term on the left and right by the LCD over 1. And the LCD is 1 of each denominator type multiplied together. Okay, so let's take a look. I've got a 2, a 6, and a 2. That's really where our focus begins, doesn't it? We take aim, we take focus on the denominators. 2, 6, 2. Why do we take aim on those? Because we want to get rid of them. We don't want any fractions. They make these problems difficult. We want to get rid of those fractions. Okay, so how are we going to do it? We're going to multiply by the LCD over 1. Here, here, and here. And what is the LCD? 1 of each denominator type. So you take the 2, 6, and 2, and you put them together. But you don't need any repeats. Let me write that. No repeats. That's what I mean by 1 of each type. So in other words, I'm just going to use 2 and 6. I'm not going to use 2 2's. 2 and 6 over 1. 2 and 6 over 1. 2 and 6 over 1. How are we doing? Let me pause for a second. Does everybody see what I'm doing now? I just did 2 and 6 over 1. Why didn't I use both the 2's? Because I don't need to. I'm trying to do this as easy as possible. No repeats. No repeats. Just 1 of every type. So if there is a repeat, you don't use it. You just use 1 of every type. Does that make sense? If this was a different number, if this instead of a 2 was a 3 or something, if that was a 3, then I would use 263, 263, 263, wouldn't I? If there are 3 different denominators, then you got to use all 3 over 1. But they were not. They were repeats. So you don't use repeats. All right. And now what is step number 2? Cross cancel the denominators, multiply whatever is left over, the leftovers. So cross cancel the denominators. So 2 cancels 2 and multiply whatever's left over. 6 times 1, that's just 6. Divided by 1 is still just 6. Is that good so far? I cross canceled, meaning top to bottom, diagonal, top with bottom, the denominators, multiply what's left over. Same thing here. 6 cancels 6. Multiply what's left over. 2 and 1 is 2. And then just bring down the x plus 1 thing here. Equals. And 2 and 2, multiply what's left over. 1 times 6 divided by 1, that's still just 6. Right? 1 times 6 is 6. 6 divided by 1 is just 6. Look at that. So much nicer. No more fractions. Are we good on that first step? Let me highlight it one more time. So we take aim. So from the beginning, we look at these 3 denominators and we say, hey, 2 of them are the same. I don't need any repeats. So I'm just going to use a single 2 and a single 6 over 1. So 2 6 over 1, 2 6 over 1, 2 6 over 1. And then you cross cancel, that's step number 1. Then you cross cancel the denominators and multiply the leftovers. So the 2's cancel, multiply 6 times 1, 6. The 6's cancel, multiply 2 times 1, 2. And if you say, what about the parentheses? Don't we have to multiply through? Yeah, in a minute. We'll do that in a minute. And then the 2's cross cancel, 1 times 6, 6. All right. And now it's business as usual. You know what to do from here, right? I'll do it. Multiply through. You can't go 6 minus 2 is 4. You can't, you got to do parentheses first, right? So minus 2x minus 2. Careful, that's a minus 2. Why? Because it's negative 2 times positive 1. Does everybody see that? Negative, that negative belongs to 2. Remember, signs in front of a number, that's their baby. You take your baby with you wherever you go. You can't leave that negative out there. A lot of times students will make them say, they'll think that negative just kind of sits there. No, it does not. That's your baby. You don't go into a restaurant or somebody at some other place without your baby, right? You just leave your baby sitting out in the car or something crazy, right? So that makes sense. Any sign in front of a number goes with him wherever he may go. So that negative 2 goes right here. Negative 2 times positive 1 makes negative 2, you see. All right. Now what do we do from here? I think you know all this stuff. Now we just say, what did we say? Let's say these two just combine. 6 take away 2. What's that? That's just 4 plus 4. You can put the 4 in the front or the back. It doesn't matter. But remember, order doesn't matter. Signs in front matter. If you wanted to write it 4 minus 2x like that, that's fine. Doesn't matter. That's still a plus 4 and a minus 2x. It doesn't matter. Order doesn't matter. Signs in front matter. All right. And now x is, what's x saying? What he's always saying, I won't be alone. I won't be alone. Okay. Subtract 4 from both sides. Boom, boom. Down. Minus 2x is 2. Last step, divide by minus 2. Right. Well, the last step is always to divide by identically. What's next to x? Same sign, same everything. Identical twin next to x. So x equals, and what's 2 over negative 2? It's negative 1, right? Because positive over negative is negative, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So there we go.